I did a crazy thing for my spring break, my senior year of college. I brought my sister Ashley along with my 3 friends down to St. Augustine, Florida, to stay with my mom's friend Judy. My friends' names are Lili, Karen, and Nelsy, and my sister's name is Ashley. We stayed with my mom's friend Judy, who lives near downtown St. Augustine. This is her house. On Friday, March 16th, my friends and I drove over to my house. My mom and sister were on their way back from Washington, D.C., and we decided to meet up with them in Little Rock. The next day, Saturday, March 17th, was St. Patrick's Day. Saturday was the day we were leaving for Florida. We were so excited. We got cheap tickets to take megabuses all the way down and back. Round trip for $114 each, and that's with tax. My friends and I drove down to Little Rock, where our first bus was to depart from. This was about 4 hours, or 3.5 hours from my house. My mom and sister met us in Little Rock near the bus station. They left their group of people that they were riding with. My mom took my car back home, and my sister jumped on the bus with me and my friends. It was a long ride on the bus. We took the bus from Little Rock to Memphis to Atlanta to Jacksonville. Nelsy likes taking pictures just like I do. She's one of those Instagram savvy people. Karen is quiet but fun to be around. When you really get to know her, she opens up. Lili just laughs a lot. Her giggle is to die for. The first real day that we were there was Monday. We took photos on the porch, and then we went to the beach. Of course we gotta go to the beach first. So we took pictures, went grocery shopping, came back, jumped into our swimsuits, and Judy drove us to the beach. About an hour after we got to the beach, it started to cloud up and get a little stormy. It was okay though. We were at the beach and we still had a blast. The pictures actually turned out pretty great because the lighting was perfect for a camera. Monday we mostly spent the day at the beach. We collected seashells, took photos, had a blast, laughed around. Judy ended up picking us up from the beach when it started raining. It was okay though. That night we just stayed in and hung out at the house because we were pretty tired from the bus rides the day before. The next day, Tuesday, we explored downtown St. Augustine. Actually, Ashley and I slept in and the other girls went out without us. But later we met up with them because we had finally gotten up and we got to explore the town. We got some Hippo popsicles that were delicious, and Hippo actually featured us on their Instagram page. We came back after exploring the town, looking at the history, the statues, the monuments, walking around looking at the water. We actually saw some dolphins jumping in the water. And one of the pictures we took, this one, was featured on the John Brown University Instagram page, and then they later printed it in the alumni booklet that they send out as a newsletter. That was pretty cool. We were famous. That night, we were still pretty tired. And so we came back to the house, made dinner, and then I wanted to go back out again because I wanted to be out by the water, walk around the town again. Well, Nelsy and Ashley wanted to stay back, so Karen, Lili, and I ventured out and walked around. We had a blast and we got coffee at this weird shack place. We watched the boats and the people and sat by the castle.
Castillo, and Lili here's laughing as usual. Sunrise. Yeah. Just kidding, the sunset. 15 a.m. We're on the wrong side of Florida. Now we're here for the sunset. Beautiful, beautiful marina.
The next day was Wednesday. Wednesday was when our official tour was. We toured around with Judy, who we were staying with, again, my mom's friend. Judy took my mom and I out on this tour when we visited her in 2016. So I wanted her to explain all the same things that she had explained to us on this tour to the girls. She talked about how the blocks of the castle were seashells, and you can see it here in this picture. She also took us to Flagler College, and the Leitner Museum. We walked around the town and then she left us and walked home. Karen, Ashley, and I decided to do the Whetstone Chocolate Factory tour. That was really cool to see how the chocolate is made and try different chocolates. I think we got to try 3 different kinds, white, dark, and milk. And they also gave us coupons for the shop, so we ended up buying more chocolate, which is what they wanted, obviously. After the chocolate museum tour, we lost Lili and Nelsy. We didn't know where they went. They had decided to walk on to the Lighthouse Museum, which was about a 20-minute walk for them. So we took an Uber over there, Karen, Ashley, and I, and we went over to the lighthouse. Lili, Karen, Ashley, and I ended up going up in the lighthouse and walking around the grounds. We went up to the top of the lighthouse. It was a long walk, many stairs, but it was about maybe like 200 or 300 steps, which doesn't sound like much, but it wore you out when you got to the top. There was a pirate ship playground that we played around in. We walked through some trails, and then we left. That night, we just stayed in again. We watched movies a lot, looked at pictures, and was just on our computers and having fun. The next day was Thursday. On Thursday, I took my sister Ashley for a dolphin boat tour. That's just a sister thing to do. It was kind of cold because it was March. It was about 40s or 50s, so we had all the coverage we could. But the boat tour we went on, the Red Boat Water Tour, was a couple that ran it, and they were so sweet, and they brought blankets, and they made sure we were warm, and they were really interesting. Most of the history that they told us was what Judy had told us in the tour before, though. Wednesday was actually Nelsy's birthday, but we celebrated it on Thursday for lunch, along with Judy and Turk. We wanted to thank Judy and Turk for letting us stay there, and they wouldn't accept a meal, but we still got to take them out anyway. After that, we went down to the beach again, of course. We took plenty of pictures, we're having fun, it was a little warmer, and we just were hanging out, and It was about 5 p.m. by this time. Judy and Turk drove back to their house, and we were just walking around the beach.
We're here at the beach. We're at St. Augustine Beach. Here's Nelsy, the birthday girl. Woo! We love the beach.
We love it. We love
Whoop, 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 whoop. Our other friends ditched us. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Beautiful, beautiful beach.
We decided to go do mini golf, so we walked down to a mini golf place and did that our last night. Yeah, this was our last night. Friday was our last day. We decided to take a bike ride out. Nelsy didn't end up going because she wasn't feeling well from the night before from ice cream, but we went out on a bike ride and we biked all the way to the beach. It was about 5 miles, which doesn't seem like much, but it's a lot for me when I don't normally go biking. We went out to the beach and we biked in the sand. That was so fun. We took the bikes along the water and it just was so nice to feel the wind. It was a little colder this day, but it was still really fun. On our way back, we got stuck on the bridge. What is it called? The pole bridge. So we had to wait for the bridge to come back down. And that was our last day. Friday night we left Judy's house in the evening because our bus from Jacksonville was leaving at 2:50 a.m. on Saturday. We left her house in an Uber. We were kind of sketched out, but we paid the Uber $50 cash so that it would be cheaper than using the app. He was happy with that because he lives in Jacksonville, so he could just go home after that. And he ended up being a Christian and praying over us, so that was really lovely. We didn't want to stay in downtown in Jacksonville at 2 in the morning waiting for our bus in a really suspicious location, so we actually had the Uber take us to the Greyhound station so we could be inside, sit down, and be around a lot of people. It was still kind of sketchy. About 15 minutes before our bus got to our other bus stop, we had an Uber take us over there. It was like a 3-minute drive. It sounded kind of stupid, but we were just trying to be safe. We then took that Jacksonville bus from 2:50 a.m. back to Atlanta. Atlanta, we had a little layover. So we spent most of the day in Atlanta sitting at this food court after we had Chick-fil-A. We had Chick-fil-A for both breakfast and lunch. It was insane. It was fun though to just hang out, relax, and even though the trip was over, we were still together, so it was fun. After Chick-fil-A, we walked back to the bus station and we headed back to Memphis. My mom was scared for us traveling from Memphis to Little Rock because of our experience on the way there, so she decided to come pick us up in Memphis. She drove all the way to Memphis, which is about 5 hours, and she picked us up and she drove us all the way back to Siloam. Now I was staying at home one more day before my spring break ended, so she drove the 3 girls from my school back to their dorms and then drove back home. So it was actually like 7 hours of driving. We got back home on Sunday, March 25th at 3 a.m. and we had traveled in total 2,335.4 miles round trip. This was including buses, cars, biking, walking, everything we did during this whole spring break. I miss my Felicias, and I hope that one day we can all do a trip together again.